Well, that's crazy to see. Y'all, May has taken me for a freaking loop. My book is coming out in 9 days. I'm announcing my 2025 group tours tomorrow, wink, wink. And like, what? Oh my gosh. So to get the biggest question out of the way, did I know it was gonna happen? Yes, but also no. If you remember back in December from my birthday when everybody was like, he's gonna propose, he's gonna propose, he's gonna propose. And I was like, no, he's not. Like, I promise you he's not. I know he's not. And I knew that because we had been in conversation for about like a year at that point, probably, about when we would get engaged, when our wedding would be, all of that good stuff. Like, we had been talking about it for close to a year at that point. Honestly though, we had known about 2 months after meeting each other that we were it for each other. So we always knew that marriage was in the market. We always knew that that was in the game plan. We always knew that that would happen later on. And so from that point, we had always had really open communication about when we would get engaged and just what our timeline was like for years, which is why I was so confident. It also just had a conversation the month prior about rings and companies and styles and all that good stuff. And I knew when he had bought a ring, which was at the beginning of the year, a couple months ago. Anyway, so we knew it was gonna happen in 2024 because that was always the game plan. But I did not know that it was going to happen that day. I was so surprised. I had no clue, no idea, completely caught off guard. This past weekend, we took a motorcycle road trip up to Lake Como for 3 days. I had told him in one of our many conversations that whenever he proposed, I did not want there to be a single soul around. I wanted it to be just me and him. I just wanted it to be us, have the moment for us. I didn't want anybody there, so he knew that. And so on day 2 that we were there, he planned to take me up to the scenic spot overlooking the lake where there would be nobody there, but it rained. And so he had to step, turn, pivot, change it up. So he made plans to do it the next day when we were coming back to Florence. I woke up that morning not feeling so great. I hadn't slept very good. I was fatigued and just tired and just wanted to, you know, take a nap, basically. I was a little bit out of it. But he was like, do you mind if we stop at this scenic spot? I really want to fly my drone over the lake. Do you mind? And I was like, no, of course not. Like, let's go. We can go. So we drive our way up there. It is high up in the hills. Like, there's nobody here. There was like a horse in a field next to us, but that was it. And he gets out his drone and he starts flying it. What I did not know at the time was that he was getting his drone out to film us. I'm sitting down and about 5 minutes later, he comes over, pulls me up, he starts being all sweet. I do not know how it did not click to me. He's sweet all the time, so that's probably part of it. I was also so out of it, but watching back the video now, it's so obvious what he's trying to do because you can tell he's a little bit jittery, a little bit nervous, and I'm just completely oblivious, completely oblivious. I go to take a nap at him at one point. He's like trying to get the ring out of his pocket and I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap on you. And that's, oh God. I knew in the split second before it happened because I looked over and I saw the drone filming us and I went, that's weird. And by the time that it clicked, I looked back and he was down. It was like, I hope it's okay that there's a horse here because he knew I wanted it to be private. And then yeah, he popped the question. I had no idea. And then magically I felt so much better. I felt amazing after this. And yeah, it was perfect. Honestly though, he could have done it in our living room and it still would have been perfect because he was the one doing it. So yeah, I'm so lucky to be marrying him. I'm excited.